Hello there, welcome to another episode of the Allotment Dram. This is a series of short videos where we sit and talk about different whiskies and the surroundings of our North London allotment. You can join me here again on what's quite a disappointing day for the end of August now, and it's really not been very warm at all. It's okay for me to sit here in a t-shirt, but you'd expect better temperatures and more consistent temperatures for August. But while that's all very interesting, I am here to talk about whiskey. And what is the Allotment Dram today, I hear you ask? Well, we're going for somewhere that I've never had a whiskey from before. It's a country where, I didn't even know that they made whiskey until someone gave us this bottle, and quite interesting. It's Mexico, and we've got the Abasolo Mexican corn whiskey. So of course, Mexico, you think of tequila or mezcal, but the second most popular drink, a spirit drink in Mexico, is whiskey, behind tequila, but ahead of mezcal. So basically, some guys set up what is Mexico's first ever purpose-built whiskey distillery, the distillery Abasolo. And it's only been going a couple of years. It was 2019 the first production sort of took place. So I've really had to, someone gave us this, and I really had to do some research to sort of find out what it's all about. So what can I tell you? As I say, the distillery it's the first purpose-built distillery to make whiskey in Mexico. 2019 was the first production, as I say. But what we've got in here, the climate in Mexico is hot and humid for the majority of the year, so the whiskey ages in pretty much zero time. That's how come we've got something in the bottle, even though the distillery has only been online for a couple of years. And it's north of Mexico City, so about an hour and a half's drive directly north, right up in the mountains. So it's actually, one of its claims to fame is that it's one of the highest distilleries in the world, easily within the top 10 in terms of altitude. So 7,800 feet above sea level, that's around 2,400 meters. And a really cool design of building as well. Tap it into Google or something, any other search engine that you might use. Type in Distilleria Abasolo, and you'll see this really cracking, lovely modern building. Really quite different in terms of the look of the distillery. But what they also do is use sort of ancestral heritage varieties of corn. So the one that's used for the whiskey, this is 100% corn. It's all organic, and this old variety as well, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but I wrote it down just so you can have a. So here we are. I don't know if you can see that. That's the name of the type of the variety of the corn. So corn, we're talking sweet corn, maize. Comes in the big cobs, but I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, to be honest. And what they do is they use an old ancient cooking technique, which they can trace back this cooking technique for preparing the corn can be traced back sort of 4,000 years or so. So again, quite fascinating. And again, I have to look. Excuse me. It's called nixtamalization. Nixtamalization. So I also wrote that down as well, just because it's a bit of a tricky word, which I've never come across before. Nixtamalization. There we are. It's like show and tell, isn't it, that we used to do at school? Just bring something and try and explain it. But anyway, so what the hell does that mean? Again, I had to look up what that means. And basically what it is, they cook the corn in, it would have originally been done, sort of dig a hole in the ground, put some rocks in, hot rocks, and then basically cooked it in the ground, a bit like they do with agave when they're making traditional tequila. dig a pit, cover it over, and it kind of cooks within the heat. But now what they've done at Abasolo is actually convert an industrial coffee roaster. So they cook the corn in that, and then it's mixed with what's called malted corn. So this is corn that's allowed to sprout, you know, a bit like malted barley in single malt whiskey. So it's allowed to sprout, and that basically turns the starch to sugar. So they then mix these two, the cooked grain, the cooked corn and the malted corn together, and then it's ground down in a mill, and then it goes through the process, you know, the mashing, the fermentation. They've got long fermentation there as well, 120 hours, you know, so, you know, there's not many distilleries that have a fermentation longer than that. So then it goes through that, it then is double distilled, copper pot stills. Again, you know, I looked them up, and, you know, they're very sort of cute looking stills they've got there. And then they're aged in casks, and obviously because of the temperature and the humidity, you know, they, as I say, they age in no time. And it's been introduced into the UK market. I'm not sure which other world markets it's in, to be honest, but it's bottled at 43%, and it's around £35 or so in the UK, so, you know, not too bad at all. But, yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, who knew that Mexico made whiskey? And to be honest, not tried many corn whiskies. Tried a couple from America, which, you know, are, you know, very, very nice, you know, 100% corn, because normally corn is mixed in with other grains, you know, barley or wheat or rye in American whiskey. But there are a few out there if you look around. But I think we should have a chat, have a taste now, because I've been chatting for what, 7 minutes or so here, so that's quite enough of that. Let's have a taste. Here we go. Pretty cool bottle as well. I mean, look at that. It's lovely sort of embossed, almost got like a sort of hand blown glass feel to it. Just pop the lid back on. So let's have a smell. It's got this sort of earthy, yeah, corny sort of quality. But it's very sweet. It smells quite buttery as well. I'm imagining it's going to be soft and creamy. This is what corn whiskies are normally like, and this is what corn gives to those other American whiskies, bourbon or Tennessee whiskey. You know, it gives this sort of creaminess. It smells delicious. There's a bit of vanilla, a bit of sort of peppery spice there as well. Yeah, a bit of honey. But yeah, let's have a taste. Yeah, it's got a lovely feel to it. It's really creamy, soft, gentle. Yeah, loads of vanilla coming through now. Loads of honey. It's a bit of cocoa powder, white chocolate in there as well. And then you've got this underlying sort of cereal corn note, like creamed corn. Just gives it this lovely, yeah, softness, but it gives it a sort of richness to it as well. There's a bit of toffee coming through now. Just getting it, and then there's a pinch of like white pepper, maybe just a hint of like cinnamon or some sort of baking spice like that. Let's have another taste. Soft, gentle, honeyed, loads of toffee and butterscotch now. Oh, there's a fly. We've got a casualty. There we go. Get him, fish him out. He died happy at least, didn't he? But yeah, I think that's probably a signal that I should end this video, to be honest. But yeah, lovely. You know, who on earth knew that there was any Mexican whiskey? I mean, I can't think there was probably any before, but I might be wrong if anyone wants to prove me wrong. But yeah, definitely, you know, check out the distillery, Distilleria Abasolo. Have a look at that building and the stills. You know, if you ever get the chance to try this, it's absolutely delicious. I can imagine it'd be lovely just over some ice as well. Really bring out those like earthy sort of corn maize sort of notes. But yeah, what a lovely surprise, and really fun trying to find out some stuff about it as well. So there you go, you learnt some new words as well today, like nixtamalization and so on. So yeah, I'll leave you to get on with whatever you're doing, and before you found this video, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Cheers.